The following announcement has been paid for by the WZWA Network.
Welcome back, everyone. We are back with your boy Hogsley, and today, as a special Mania weekend mini review, hopefully, I will be looking at the farce that was Roy Jones Jr. versus Anthony Pettis. Now, let's get this out of the way. I would not be doing this fight if it was an exhibition, and it should have been an exhibition. Okay? Whoever licensed this fight needs a good hard clip around the ear. Roy Jones Jr. is 54 years old, okay? He's old as shit. Who is letting him keep fighting like this, okay? Someone needs to save Roy from himself at this point, because he'll keep hopping in the ring, okay? He doesn't give a shit, all right? He's, like he said, he fights real fights. But honestly, you're going to get hurt. He's going to get hurt. But look, I think this is a symptom of all these YouTubers boxing now. I remember when Floyd Mayweather was fighting Conor McGregor, and that got licensed and that got sanctioned. And everyone's like, you can't license this. He's not a boxer. He's a UFC fighter. Well, what are you doing? You can't do this? Right. There was like an actual discussion about whether he should be allowed to hop in a boxing ring. This is Conor McGregor in his prime, okay? Now, you've got 1 million subscribers on YouTube. Well, yeah, sure, man. We'll sign you up. Hop in the ring. Get in there. Show us what you've got. This needs to stop happening. This is getting ridiculous, the fact that anyone can get licensed to fight these days. Oh, my God. And look, I'm not trying to say Roy Jones Jr.'s old, okay? He did a lot better than Evander Holyfield did against Belfort. That's for damn sure. But this is still boxing, everyone. He's going to get hurt in this ring. But all that being said, okay, I actually believe that Jones Jr. gave a hell of a performance for himself. He did not look as old as he is, okay? I watched him fight Mike Tyson in that exhibition fight, and he looked old. And you know what? The first 2 rounds in this fight, he kind of looked old again, you know? He was treated like an exhibition. Mate, this was for your record, okay? Spoiler alert, he ends up losing a majority decision, so instead of being 66-9, he's now 66-10. This went to your actual legacy. Sort of. I don't think it's going to affect it. He's just still one of the greatest of all time. He's probably the best boxer of the 90s by far. Probably one of the best middleweights. Top, I don't know, 10 middleweight. Top 5 middleweight. There's been lots of good middleweights, so it's hard to say. But yeah, he did. After the first 2 rounds, Jones Jr. was treating it like one of these exhibition fights. He's smiling. Yeah, pop. Oh, yeah, give me a couple. Oh, yeah, I'll show you one back. And I was like, what are you doing, mate? Okay? You've obviously wanted this to be a real fight. Treat it like a real fight. So from the get-go, I'm ready to write off this whole event. This absolute farce of a fight. And then round 3 happens. And all of a sudden, he starts showing, like, they're just flashes, everyone, okay? This wasn't like he's gone back to his John Ruiz fight or his Bernard Hopkins, the first fight they had. He's long past all that, right? I'm not saying that. But you can see these flashes of creativity with Roy Jones Jr. The experience he has, his muscle memory, it's all still there. And he had the hand speed tonight. It wasn't bad, okay? He just wasn't throwing enough, I don't think. But when he was throwing, he was actually getting the better of the exchanges against Anthony Pettis. Okay? Anthony Pettis ain't no real spring chicken himself. He's retired. He's 36 years old. But going into this fight, I was like, you need to steamroll Roy Jones Jr., mate. I mean, otherwise, that's a pretty garbage performance. And I actually think Pettis did give a pretty garbage performance. Okay? I'll talk about how I scored it at the end. Because once it hit that round 3, round 4, we were seeing this from Roy Jones Jr. He was, one of my favorite little creative moves he had. He feinted the overhand right and then immediately switched into a left body hook. The angles in which he was throwing his punches. it just reminded me of how great a fighter Roy Jones Jr. actually is. But this is the thing. You don't want these memories tainted by these poor performances against these other people. He should have retired about 2010. Well, when did he lose to Danny Green? Okay, that's when I was like, mate, that's what's happening, basically. Yeah, 2009, Danny Green fought Roy Jones Jr., and I think it was like a first-round knockout for Danny Green, winning the fight over Jones. That should have been the end of your career, mate. When that's happening to you, and I love Danny Green, he's an Aussie boy, but come on, mate. First round knockout, not good. Not a good look. Not a good look at all. But like I said, all that being said, I think he gave a hell of an account for himself here today. You can see the flashes of why he was so great in the ring. And look, you know what? It's not, age is just a number, okay? But I think Jones shows it a bit more than other boxers have. He's a bit older than, look, George Foreman, okay? He won a world title, a world heavyweight title against Michael Moorer at the age of 45. That's old, okay? Bernard Hopkins, he won one at 46 and I think again at 49. That's old, okay? You've got these special fighters who can do it. Jones especially can obviously still fight at 54. He'll knock me out. Fuck, I wouldn't last 3 minutes in the round with Roy Jones Jr. That's for damn sure, okay? But you need to, he needs to stop. I totally believe he needs to stop. From Pettis' perspective, I mean, you're making some money. It's your debut fight, but you ain't got nothing either. I actually think he had some pretty good boxing skills. Sure, I'll give him that. You know, it didn't look like he was entirely out of his depth. I thought McGregor looked out of his depth when he was in the ring against Floyd Mayweather. He was trying to throw hammer punches to the back of his head, the back of Floyd's head. Maybe Pettis wasn't doing anything like that, so I'll give him credit there. But I really think he should have steamrolled Roy Jones, especially at that age. I mean, you 18 years is younger, 20 years is younger, something like that. I mean, come on, man. You should have done more. So we'll get to the scoring, okay? Pettis wins the majority decision. We had a draw. Okay, it was an 8-round fight, so we had another judge give 5 rounds to 3, so that's 1 extra round to Pettis, and then we had another judge, I think it was six rounds to 2. I don't agree with that at all. I actually think Jones did enough to win this fight. Okay, I'm shitting on both fighters here because, I don't think the fight should have ever happened. But from what I saw, I wasn't scoring it live. Jones Jr. did more than enough to win and more than 2 rounds, for sure. It had to be a draw or edging to Roy Jones, in my opinion, okay? So just a disappointing performance by Pettis in my mind, even though I think he boxed well for a debut coming out of the UFC. I think Roy Jones Jr. did more than I thought he was going to do, so I'll give him credit there. But just a farce. It just really is. The sad thing is, this is really sad, I actually think this fight had more action than the Joshua versus Franklin fight that happened on the same day. I'm not going to do a review for that, but quickly touch on it. That was just a clinch fest from like the 5th round onwards. What a boring ass fight at times that was. I think this was more entertaining than that fight, so that's sad. That was a sad day for boxing, especially if you're a fan of the sport like I am. But look, that's it. This has just been a mini review from your boy Hogsley. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you're enjoying your WrestleMania weekend, everyone. And we will see you down the road.
Network, that's the way we play. Good God Almighty. Network, that's the way we play. Get puppies. Network, that's the way we play. Get.
The following announcement has been paid for by the WZWA Network.